When I eat a banana, like Finn, he's like, you can't eat that whole thing. Like, I deserve rights to the end of it.
Willow loves
Rosie
banana.
goes fucking nuts over bananas. Like, we'll go feral for it.
It's funny because Sadie doesn't even like them, but she doesn't want Finn to eat her food. So she puts it in her mouth and she's like, and she'll spit it out and then like pick it back up again. Like, she does not like it.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Oh, I posted this on my stories. I don't know if you saw it, but literally after we had our coincidences episode, I took Sadie to the vet for just like her annual checkup or whatever. And every time I've been going to the vet, they're like pushing joint supplements and things for their joints, and I'm like trying to work out in my mind like what is actually like is necessary versus like what the vet is trying to get money for, because she was talking about like monthly injections and stuff, and I was just like,
Does she have arthritis or something?
No. So then I was asking, it's literally just because they play a lot and jump and run, and so I was like, what should I be looking out for to know that like they're starting to have problems or that it's starting to be a thing? And she was like, probably we would see before you do, but like it wouldn't be the type of thing where like they catch the frisbee and immediately are hurt and then you're like, oh, so like something happened right now. You wouldn't notice until later in the night. And then like literally that night we were at the house, Sadie was totally fine, then we went out to dinner. And we came home from dinner and she was like limping so bad. Like she would not put any weight on her foot whatsoever. I think it was because of frisbee that day, but it was just so weird that the same day the vet was like, you won't notice until later the night that she was playing.
That's so bizarre.
So
so
she's
scary.
acting like semi-fine now, but I don't know.
Willow randomly limps on her front legs, like not all the time, but like a lot, and it worries me. But then she is fine later.
She's fine.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know how much I need to make her rest because she's like running around now.
Yeah, it's so hard to make them rest.
Yeah, like they have to be in a crate.
Especially with two dogs.
Yeah.
My corgi friend, Christina, that I meet up with here in Phoenix, one of her corgis has DM, I think that's what it is.
What is that?
Which is like the doggy equivalent of ALS. He was just diagnosed.
That is
But
so sad.
he's like, his back legs just slide out from under him. He can't like use them really. I feel so bad for her. Like,
poor baby. Oh my god.
That's really sad. Is he gonna have to get like a wheelchair for his legs?
I bet she will. She like does everything to make their lives great, but
is it old?
He's like 8.
Oh, that is so sad.
I know.
It's
really scary because that's like a common thing for corgis.
That is
I hate the thought of dogs getting older.
I know, me too.
And a crazy coincidence that happened. So we needed a lawnmower, and we were driving. Like I was driving to go pick up Joe from golf, and on the way there was literally a free lawnmower that was fully functional and had full gas in it, ready to go.
That was insane.
I know. And we've like been thinking, we're like, oh my god, we know we need to buy a lawnmower. We need to buy a lawnmower. And we just like haven't done it yet. And then one appears.
That is so funny.
But it worked so well, and Joe mowed the lawn. I did not mow the lawn. Joe mowed the lawn.
Same thing.
But yeah.
I actually had a weird coincidence too. Remember, we were like literally, was it in the coincidence episode we were talking about reaching out to old friends?
Yeah.
An old friend reached out to me to get drinks.
Whoa.
Yeah. On Instagram.
That's weird.
I know.
Are you going to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Yay, that's good. Was it one of the ones that you were thinking of reaching out to?
No, it's this girl that I used to work with. So, yeah.
What about like how you were just talking about in the last episode, getting beers with your old guy coworkers and stuff? Like, what are they doing now?
Me?
Like, do you like them as friends?
I wouldn't.
Like, would you want to go hang out with them?
No.
Okay.
But like, what if they had cute friends?
True.
Yeah, maybe I don't.
Or they could set you up with somebody.
They're like nerdy engineers.
Speaking of dating, welcome back to another episode of So Glad We're Friends. I'm Maggie.
I'm Devon.
I'm Brittany.
And today we are doing our second episode of our Devon Does Dating series. And I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
I did not come prepared.
You don't need to be prepared.
Okay.
You don't need to be prepared at all. So basically what we're going to be doing, we got 70 applications of
70?
men. Yeah. Of
What
boys
the
that
fuck?
want to date Devon, which is actually crazy. And I narrowed down 70 to 13, which is a lot of pressure because I did have the thought in my mind several times of like, what if I'm passing up your soulmate accidentally?
Oh my god, that's
that was
scary.
a little concerning to me. Cameron was like, "You
should we do like
them?
should
You're
we like
responsible?"
go through them?
Yeah, I think you guys should go through them afterwards. But we're gonna go through the 13 that I narrowed it down to and just like talk about them. We're not gonna be mean or anything. We're just joking if we say anything and take it lightheartedly. Because I love Bachelor recap podcasts where they go over all the Bachelor contestants of the season, and that's what this feels like.
Amazing. I've never listened to podcasts like that, but I'm down.
I'm excited. So if you want to, this is definitely an episode that you'd want to watch on YouTube or on Spotify. You can watch the video. But if you want to see these boys and see their things, then you'll be wanting to watch this episode instead of just listen.
Very excited.
I know. I'm like, okay, I'm going to share my screen.
Oh, fancy.
I'm scared.
Oh my god, it's perfect.
All right.
So cute.
Okay. So the thing with boys is like, why are boys' Instagrams all horrible? You know, like anytime a friend is like going to date someone new, they always preface it with like, okay, but this isn't the best picture of him, or like, okay, but don't judge his Instagram. And that's kind of how I felt I was dealing with these boys. Like some of them it'd be like, okay, your last picture is from 227 weeks ago with your sister.
Mm-hmm.
So like pictures I feel like are not accurately fully represented of their looks, and we should more focus on their personalities.
You know, it'd be a huge market. I don't know if guys would like feel like they should do this, but a photographer that solely takes boys' dating photos, like dating profile
That'd be
photos.
A great idea.
I used to talk about this with my coworkers, like starting a business to help guys do their dating profiles, like pictures, questions.
That's
like,
definitely a thing.
Yeah.
Some of them like are great with the questions, great with the answers, all that stuff.
If they're funny.
The pictures. Yeah.
Yeah.
But whoever wants that idea, free idea.
No, that's
go
an
get it.
Excellent idea. Okay, so we're just gonna talk about each one, and then Devon is like not gonna decide anything right now or whatever, but then she's gonna pick who she'd like to further talk with.
Do you want to do it like on the show, or like we'll do it after? Like she'll tell us after who.
I feel like first she should talk to them like separately, and like you can make that into videos or whatever if you want to separately. Then we'll come on, talk about whatever dates you and on our FaceTime dates. And then after we narrow that down, then those like final two people can come on the podcast. And then me and Britt can interrogate them.
Well, let's see how
I'm
this
just
goes
like-
first.
Okay.
I'm so giddy.
Okay, I'm gonna like read each slide, but okay. First we have Lane. Also, all of these boys have like cool names. I was like, I like your name. Lane is a cool name. Okay, he is 32 years old. He's from Utah, and he's a business manager. He said he has no idea. He's doing this for fun. He has no idea what will happen. He lives in a different state, but he too is a bit introverted. He lives by himself, and he likes to try new things.
Awesome.
He has no pets. His biggest
Plus.
relationship deal breaker is cheaters. Then this is what he wrote about his little description about himself. He said, driven in life. I own 2 townhouses in Utah. I live in one and rent out the other. I work for a successful software company as a director of engineering. I like riding motorcycles, going to the gym, fly fishing, watching shows, and staying in. Also, if it matters, I'm 5'8".
We love an honest king.
I know, we love a short, honest king.
I like that he does activities.
Me too.
You won't catch me fly fishing.
Hell no.
You guys,
But
you do not know. I love fly fishing, and I'm not like an outdoorsy girl. Yes, it's so relaxing, and just like not, I don't know. It's not
fly fishing is where you like cast it really far, right?
Yeah, but you like cast it upstream. Like you stand in a stream usually.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then you're like, yeah, it's just a very relaxing like.
Because that's the part I like of fishing is like casting it and then reeling it back in. I hate the waiting part.
Yeah.
But Dev, you could just sit with a drink, read your book while he does his fly fishing.
Yeah.
Could be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Dev, wait, how tall are you again? Are you like 5'8", 5'9"?
I'm 5'7".
5'7". Okay.
I thought she was 5'9" until I met her in person. I was like, whoa, we're the same height.
I think, yeah, Maggie, I think I'm going to be like shook when I meet you, and you're going to be so much taller
I feel like I'm
than...
going to be shook when I meet you too. Okay, are we ready for the next one? Any more thoughts or commentary?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Next we have Ryan. He is 31, he lives in Sacramento, and he is a nurse. His hobbies include walking in downtown, talking to my parents, coffee, playing guitar, music, and TV. His Instagram was very private, so he said if we need anything else that we can ask him. However, this was the only picture that I had of him. He doesn't have any pets either.
This is interesting.
That they don't have pets?
That these people don't have pets, yeah.
I found that interesting too. A lot of them don't, but maybe it's because they heard you say that you would prefer.
Yeah.
His biggest relationship deal breaker is someone not open-minded. And then for his little bio, he wrote, introverted male in his 30s that finally has his career somewhat settled. He's a nurse practitioner and adjunct professor for specifics.
Adjunct.
What does that mean?
It just means like they're not like a full professor. They just like teach on specific topics.
Oh, that's cool. And he's looking for someone to spend it with. As a new follower, I respect Devon for putting herself out there as an introvert. Oh, I included that part twice. But yeah, he thinks it's a cool opportunity to put himself out there. And he respects what you're doing, putting yourself out there.
I thought he mentioned he talks to his parents because you're really family oriented too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
like
love that. Part. Also, the open-minded thing is cool.
And he could play you guitar.
Oh, yeah.
And he could shoot you up with Botox.
That's true.
Yeah, I wonder what field he works in.
Yeah, that would be a good follow-up question to ask him.
Because my mom's a nurse
for the date.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go on a date with him, you could ask that. Also, it looks like he's in a brewery in his picture. Seems like he enjoys that, maybe.
He enjoys beer.
I fucking love this so much.
I feel like we're going too fast. Like,
I know, I don't know what to add to it. Like, I don't want to, like...
We can always go through them and, like, kind of go back through them again.
That's true. You don't need... Like, you can be... I doubt every single one of them, first of all, is even going to listen to this. And if they did, it's like, it's not personal if you're like saying negative things.
Yeah.
It's you
I don't
finding
really
your
have,
soulmate.
I just don't know what to say. He's never online dated?
No.
We need to know these people's dating histories as well.
Oh, that is a great follow-up question. I do not know their dating histories whatsoever. Next, we got Bryce. This is a youngin'. He's only 24.
Oh,
and
shit.
He lives in Miami, and he's a flight attendant. He says, you're super down to earth, super funny, and you'd be awesome to hang around with.
He's a photographer.
Yeah, so he says, I'm an avid hiker and photographer. I love music and gaming. I also love the environment and traveling all over the globe. His biggest deal breaker is dishonesty. Even if you don't want to hurt me, just tell me the truth.
I respect that. I have travel anxiety, so I don't know how much of a match that would be.
Maybe he could help your travel anxiety.
Maybe.
How do we feel about age?
Yeah, he's so young.
I feel like that's young.
I guess
also,
it depends
you like me.
on the personality. Like
You like me?
It depends how mature they are.
Yeah, and he has
He's got his shit together.
Yeah. He's not like living with his parents. Well, I guess we don't know that.
This is true. He might be living with his parents.
What airline do you think that is? Is that United?
What's American, I think.
American.
United or American? My uncle works
United's
for American.
blue with a globe.
Oh, well, excuse us, avid traveler.
He also has no pets, and his favorite song to blast in the car is "The Nights" by Avicii.
Some good old like EDM. I wonder if he likes Ellie Goulding.
I wonder. Oh, also one of the questions like I asked them all was to pick between TV shows, like which show they'd rather watch, and I put like Ted Lasso, Daisy Jones, YouTube, all the things that you like. Most of everybody said Ted Lasso. One person said Daisy Jones.
Okay.
But I didn't include it on a lot because just every single fucking person said Ted Lasso.
Yeah, that's boring.
Okay, makes sense. Next, we got Tyler R.
Oh, are there multiple Tylers?
Yes, which I love. That's like The Bachelor.
That is so Bachelor.
Tyler R. And he says about Devon, I love the fact that she is so comfortable being alone with herself and genuinely looks like she's having fun showing it off. It feels very relatable and comforting to me. He is 34. He lives in Virginia, and he's a military officer. So he's a bit far.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a downside.
I don't know what military officer entails, but don't people in the military move around a lot?
I would assume. But maybe higher up.
I think it depends,
maybe or not.
Yeah.
I don't know. He also has no pets. His favorite song to blast is Sunflower by Post Malone. He says, I'm a huge foodie. I love to cook for other people and finding these nice little hole-in-the-wall restaurants as well as any dive bars. Coffee is a must for me, and I am currently an executive chef at the Pentagon. I'm a well-traveled and looking for somebody that I can share my new experiences with and offer my support.
Whoa. Wait, is he a chef or a military officer?
I was a bit confused by that too, but I think you can be a chef in the military.
Yeah.
Oh, like cooking for...
But then why are you an officer?
Honestly, I don't know much about the Pentagon or what they do.
Oh, also what could be is like this quiz that they filled out, the application, it had like a list of careers. So maybe there wasn't like military chef.
Oh.
And then you just picked that possible.
Oh.
That would make more sense. But that's freaking cool. He's a chef at the Pentagon.
That is cool. That's like crazy.
And he was another one who had a private profile, so that's why he has one picture that's extremely blurry.
I think there's someone else that kind of mentioned this too, but I like that they are familiar with you and like at least they've gone to your profile and like enjoy
it's like you. I'm the Bachelorette.
See, I don't know if that's like a downside or a plus side. I feel like for Devon it's like a downside.
Why?
Because I feel like I don't know. Well, one, I feel like you don't take the compliments and stuff very well, and you might feel like, oh, are they just like fans of me that they're saying all these nice things that aren't even true about me, when in reality they are true and they might just like you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you show a lot of yourself on like your personality and like you and you're vulnerable online. So I think it's a really positive thing because they're seeing the real you. And they like that.
What's weird, though, is that this is like a parasocial relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about them, and they know like a lot about me.
That would be so weird. Like, I don't know if I was re-entering the dating world. Like, how does that even go? Because if you're going to show anybody, like, if you tell them what you do for a living whatsoever, they're going to look you up, and then they can find out, like, your biggest insecurities, everything you do all day, like everything about you.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't tell someone right away like what I do. I'd have some like vague answer. I wouldn't be like, I'm a TikToker. until they can get to know me, and then I'll be like, okay, well,
Yeah.
actually I have a TikTok.
Interesting.
Like, I imagine Ken Urich dating. Like,
Mm,
that would be so hard.
yeah.
But also, she's probably like upfront like that immediately on dates where it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, next man's. We got Chris. Another one we don't have a great picture for. However, he lives in Phoenix.
Mm.
We do not know his job because it did not fall under any of those categories. But what he says about Devon is he says, I love going to concerts and go to one at least a month with some close friends. I'm hoping Devon would want to attend some of those concerts as well. I attend therapy bi-weekly, and I have been for a few years. I'm looking for a serious relationship. Most importantly, though, I would really like to get to know Devon because she seems genuinely like a great person. I loved that. I was like, you in therapy?
What is bi-weekly?
Every other week.
Every other week.
Okay.
Not twice a week, because I was concerned if it was
Yeah, I
twice a
know.
week.
That's confusing. I don't like that terminology.
And he also likes concerts just like you.
I don't know. I don't like concerts like that, though.
Like what? You don't even know what kind of music it is.
Like, I only like concerts if I'm the biggest fan in the world of the person. I don't like standing at a concert and like exuding the energy to go to a show if it's not like my favorite singer or band.
Would you like to if you liked the person?
The singer?
No, the person you
Person I was going with?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. Like, maybe once in a while, but not that often. Concerts are so exhausting to me as an introvert.
They are quite exhausting. They're like definitely energy draining.
Yeah.
I saw this
and
thing.
tiring as fuck. You have to stand for so long.
It was this TikTok, and this guy, he was saying, I feel like people who like feel like they have such spiritual experiences at church and like feel so moved and feel God with them just don't go to enough live music.
They're like, wow, this is so, yeah. They're like,
that's funny.
being
Like,
moved by the live
give you that
music, but like,
feeling.
yeah.
That's so funny. He has one dog, and his deal breakers are cheating and Trump supporters. So
Cool.
Looking at Arizona, that's a green flag.
That is.
Okay, he says, Devon seems very sweet, genuine, and kind. I started following her on TikTok because of her content of being introverted and more of a homebody, but still going out to do the things like see movies and browse the bookstore by herself. This really resonated with me as I'm pretty introverted and I'm a homebody that enjoys staying in with my dog. I've been focusing on my mental health for the past few years, and I haven't dated for almost a year, but I've been thinking about re-entering the dating pool. I figured I'd give it a shot, and given the commonalities that Devon and I share.
Nice. Good job, Chris.
We like Chris.
Working on that mental health. You can refer me to a therapist. I wonder what kind of dog he has as well.
I was also wondering that, because that could be like, is it a Chihuahua? Is it
I doubt it, but
Bernese? Yeah. You never know. I feel like I could not date someone that had a husky. No offense to huskies, because I love a husky, but I could never own a husky.
Oh my God, I know.
No.
My aunt and uncle have always had them.
They're so loud, and Finn is also really, really loud, and he whines, and he'll like full talk to you. Like Cameron was not petting him yesterday, and he's literally like, rah, 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 rah. And I was like, Finny, really I didn't get a husky for a reason. Like, you don't need to yell at us.
But do your dogs shed that bad? Like,
not as
because huskies are just, it's insane.
No,
the shedding.
My ex-boyfriend's parents had huskies, 2 of them, and I would always dog sit, and they like, I love them, but they're just a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And they ate up all my contacts.
Ew.
What?
Yeah, like shredded the boxes full of contacts. This is not good. Okay. We love Chris. Need to see a picture of him though.
Yeah.
Next we have Sunny. Sunny's 27. He lives in Vegas and he's an IT engineer. He says, she's cute, seems outgoing, shares similar hobbies, and I would love to get to know her more. He has one dog. Smiley face. Yes, he included the smiley face. He has one dog. On a scale of how outgoing he is, it's 8 out of 10. He says, I love traveling, being in the outdoors, and trying out new things. I occasionally like to stay home for relaxation or rest day. Also, I love having long intellectual conversations and sharing ideas. His biggest deal breaker is someone who's not emotionally available.
Me.
Devon, get yourself emotionally available.
That's so funny.
There was a time in my life when I really thought I wanted to date an engineer.
Same. But I still don't even know what an engineer actually is.
Honestly, me either. My cousin's an engineer. Well, actually, now she does more like software stuff, but she used to be like a, I don't even know what, drilling, mining. Yeah,
that's what I always imagined is like gears turning in like a wrench and you're like putting things in, but I don't think
it's a lot of math and like.
I think a lot of engineers actually do more like project management, overseeing the people that do like the gear shifting and stuff. Because like
making sure that everything is done to like code and like done in the right spot that's like safe and like I don't know. My dad's a software engineer, listening so to he this, like designs. Sorry, Sunny's gonna be like, no, hard pass. I withdraw my application.
Victoria just being Farley is gonna be like, you guys stop.
Oh, she's an engineer? Did I know that?
That's so funny. I think she was an IT engineer. I could be wrong though. I feel like IT is in it. I don't know.
I don't know what IT engineer means.
She's a field engineer.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
she's literally in the field. She was.
Would you date somebody who lives in Vegas?
You could be BFFs with Chris.
Yeah.
Could be.
Would you date someone that's 27?
Maybe.
I find it interesting that you're more like you would rather a 27 than a 43.
I know, seriously.
Mm-hmm. 43
like I feel like 43 is way more like appropriate.
I don't know.
Oh, you're so funny. Okay, next one. I don't know how to say his name 100%. His name's Pavel, I think. He's another one that I did not have a good picture of him. He has one picture.
What is this picture?
Well, so his whole freaking Instagram is a bunch of traveling pictures. So
oh my God.
Also, when I was trying to save their pictures to my computer, it would download their entire Instagram. So like I had like web pages of each boy and it just had like 50 pictures in each one.
Oh my God.
It was bad. Okay. Pavel is 32. He does remote work, so he can be anywhere, he says, but he typically spends most of his time in Prague and in Boston. He is a business manager. He says he's going to copy what he wrote on his dating app profile and see how it works. Too tall for most, 6'4".
What?
Always an extra leg room, 17. What? Oh, always in the extra leg room row. Oh, okay.
Because he travels
on a plane. He's always in the room with the extra leg room, row with extra leg room. 17 countries he's been to so far. Love exploring new cities, travel, fantasy, being under trees, bored in video games, dining out, conversation, laughs, and sarcasm. You get it for sarcasm.
What does fantasy mean?
Harry Potter? I don't know.
Did you look up his YouTube channel?
So he says he has a small... Okay, so let me read that part. He says, I'm quite introverted myself. I love to be home, but I also love to try new things, low-key things, like a new restaurant, going for a movie, reading a book in a coffee shop, etc. I never really do that, though, and having someone similar would be great because we could push each other. I always go on a date with the idea that whether or not it works, I will hopefully have a new friend who's alike and whom I can talk with about nerdy interests. I still enjoy going to the gym and self-improvement. I have a tiny YouTube channel about traveling, so we could have the content creation in common.
That's fun.
I found his channel. I just sent you guys it.
Oh my God.
I think.
He also has no pets, and he's a 9 to 10 on the outgoing score scale.
I guess I could be completely wrong, but like it was like the first one. Okay, I could be completely wrong.
How many people
I
are
feel like
named
that's
Pavel?
not what. Yeah, true. I feel like that's
We
not
need
what
the
the
link.
one picture of him looked like, though.
It's not.
No. Let me see though if I could find it.
Wait.
Ugh, I also accidentally liked some of these boys' pictures, and I was like, no, unlike.
Oh no.
I need at least like some picture.
But this one's interesting because it would obviously be like a way more long distance thing, but then at the same time, he says he works remote and he can work from anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so maybe that's not the channel.
Well, I'm going to be on a mission to find the YouTube channel after. Okay. Next person. We got the other Tyler. Tyler B. First of all, he had a lot of pictures with girls on his Instagram, and I was like, this is concerning. Who are these girls? Double checked. This girl got the same last name. It's his sister.
Okay.
Yeah. And what's fun about him is he's one of the ones that got this as a recommendation from a friend, and he doesn't know who you are.
Oh.
So that's fun.
That
He's
is fun.
28. He lives in Phoenix, and he's a marketer. He has no pets.
Okay.
He says, I'm super routine and super driven, and that can take up my time. Around that, I like getting outside as much as possible, but not necessarily around people because I'm an introvert too. My dreams are to own a successful software company, to find love with a woman who is also my great friend, and to sail across a major ocean.
Sail across an ocean?
Like, how fun is that? How random. Would you like to sail across an ocean?
Fuck no.
That would be so scary.
And then
There's like
biggest deal breaker, someone who isn't kind.
Oh yes, that's a good one.
Which I like. I like that he's a marketer.
Yeah, I wonder what that means. Could be creative. Could be a creative type.
Yeah.
Curious how recently single he is.
Great point. I was wondering the same thing.
I like that he's ambitious and he has his own things that he likes to do, so like you guys can do like your same things.
Mm-hmm.
And
like your own things.
Yeah.
I like Tyler B.
And he travels. So could be good or bad.
I feel like some of these guys, it's great that they travel because they could just be out of your hair.
Yeah, that's what I somewhat feel like a more long distance thing or traveling could be good for you because you could really have like your independence still and like be living your life the way that you want to. And then like there would just be somebody who adds to it when you want them to.
Yeah. But like when I'm in a relationship, I don't want to have my independence, you know?
Like you end up
like I
want.
Yeah.
Has that happened?
No.
I wonder if that's like a personality thing or that you literally just haven't found somebody that you like.
I just haven't found anybody. I mean, I haven't dated that much. I haven't met that many people.
Yeah.
And I am a Virgo, so I'm picky. That's one of the Virgo traits. I'm an introvert and I don't care about spending time with someone if I'm not getting anything out of it, you know, like if I'm not emotionally connected with them, then what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
I think that's fair.
I feel like once you emotionally connect, then that's when you more be like, I want to hang out with you all the time.
Yeah.
But maybe that's also just your personality and maybe you don't want that.
I don't want to hang out with people all the time?
Yeah. Like not necessarily like you could be in a very happy relationship where you like love the person very much and you still don't want to like be with them 24/7.
I mean, like maybe not 24/7, but I would never be in a relationship with someone or like marry someone if I didn't want to be with them all the time. Like if I'm not obsessed with them, then it's a waste of my time. Like I don't want to be in something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be obsessed with the person that I'm in a relationship with.
That's interesting. I wonder if that also has to do with ADHD too, of like obsessions with things, because I'm like that too, of like I need to be obsessing over something, and then once I'm obsessed, it's like you fixate on it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I hope I won't be in love with someone unless I'm obsessed with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. I kind of think of like Becca Tilley's story. Like she was kind of how I am. Like,
okay, well, I kind of think that too. Like, what if you just fall in love with a girl?
Yeah.
Like, I could see that happening.
You could.
Yeah, I could see it happening for me too.
Yeah. Yeah,
Did
but
Becca
like
really fall in love with a girl?
she definitely was like me, how she wanted to date someone who was like not around a lot, and she never imagined sharing her bed with anyone, or she never like felt obsessed with anyone. She always thought that like her partner would be somebody that she needed space from, basically.
Like, she
And
would date boys and be like, I don't really like them that much. Like, I like them as a person, but I'm not feeling all these like large romantic feelings that people talk about as love.
she was never obsessed with anyone. And then like she met Haley, her girlfriend, and she can't imagine, like she hates being away from her. But like previously she was like me, where she didn't want to be. But like also I've never been in love, and I don't know.
And Becca like describes
the
it as
difference.
she immediately felt those feelings of like a crush and like of those like love feelings of being obsessed with the person. And then it was confusing for her, obviously, because she's like, wait, I don't think like I'm lesbian, but it's just like this one girl that like she felt that connection with.
How did she meet this girl? I didn't know this story.
They met at like I don't know if it was one of the girls' concerts or just like at a bar with
And they've been
friends.
together for 5 years.
Mm-hmm. And it was
Where
like a
have I
secret
been?
for several years. They just announced it last year, but like Scrubbing In fans knew before that, but it was just like a known, like, we don't talk about it. Like, because she would talk about her on the podcast. She would say like, me and Haley blah blah blah, me and Haley blah blah blah. And then she started they come up with nicknames for people, so then they just started calling her by the nickname and not saying he or him or her. And then they finally announced it.
My point is that when I do find the right person, I'm not going to be the way that I am now, where I like need my space and I want,
Yeah.
I just haven't found the right person is my point. And like stories like that give me hope, because I've never been obsessed with anyone. So I want to be obsessed with the person that I date, is my point.
I think you will be. That's cool.
I think
maybe we should make a girl application. Okay. Next we have Andrew. Andrew has a corgi. His biggest relationship deal breaker is disliking his dog 1,000%. I think even if somebody isn't absolutely in love with him and just tolerates his dog, then that would not be good enough. He said, after Devon started focusing on her life and normalizing anxiety, introversion, and activities alone, I found myself enjoying her day-to-day stories more and more. I consider myself an ambivert, and I love spending time with people. But as an emergency doctor that works way too much, I spend most of my day extroverting to the point where I just want to go home and cuddle with
I think I've talked to him on Instagram.
Really?
This sounds familiar. I think he told me that he's an ER doctor.
Oh my god!
Did you feel
probably had?
I think I've just like accepted his message request before. I talked to so many people, Brittany. Why is this exciting?
I have so many fans, Brittany.
I'm sorry.
He said, she's inspired me to take initiative and explore the city myself rather than waiting to arrange time with friends. It's usually hard since my schedule never matches, but this year I've made it a resolution to make more time for myself. He's 34. He lives in Atlanta, but he travels to Virginia and San Francisco Bay for work. He says he
probably makes bank then, because if you have to travel for being a doctor, you normally get paid like a fuck ton of money.
And wait, California, is it doctor? I think is like one of the highest.
Yeah, if he's an emergency doctor, you get paid like $30,000 like a month.
Yeah.
Just to
save lives.
Well, just because like you basically are just like a, what is it called? There's a specific name for the type of doctor that it is, but anyways.
My Grey's Anatomy dreams.
Besides the point.
See this, I included
Being
him
fulfilled.
because of your Grey's Anatomy dreams. I felt like we had to throw a doctor in there.
Oh, yeah.
He said, I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area in California, but now live in Atlanta after finishing his residency here. Not attached to any particular city at the moment. Once upon a time, I used to have interesting hobbies like motorcycles, cars, but now I just exercise, work, and try to watch musicals when they come to town. The most interesting thing about me, or at the least thing that I brag about the most, is my dog. I plan all of my vacations around food because if you aren't eating, you aren't living. Deep, isn't it? Love
I like that. I like him.
His dog's pretty cute. I could see the dog and Willow together.
Oh, yeah.
If they were going to have another dog, like it should be another corgi, right?
I'm not. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Is that Willow?
It's Ted getting situated in his bag.
This bag.
Ted?
Oh my god. I'm not picky on like dog breed necessarily. I do love corgis, so that's nice, you know, but two little corgis together could possibly be a shit show.
It could be.
If it's a male corgi, though, it's probably fine.
Oh, that's interesting too. I didn't think about that, of like it being a girl dog or a boy dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have Anthony. Anthony lives in Tucson and he's 33 and he's a firefighter. I wonder if he knows your brother.
Probably not.
Does your brother work in Tucson?
No, Phoenix.
I just figured maybe they have like firefighter meetups. Who knows? He said, I saw a post from her about the life of an introvert and I thought of how much I can strongly relate to her whole day and it, oh my God, relate to her whole day and it down to everything she said. I thought she was also very real / beautiful looking, more into her IG. He doesn't have any pets. His favorite song to blast is Girls Just Want to Have Fun, which I love.
By Madonna?
Yes. That's by Madonna? Yeah. He'd rather watch YouTube than TV, which was one of the options.
I wonder what he watches on YouTube.
I wondered
that could be a deal breaker. When
he put that, I was like, I bet it's not Emma Chamberlain.
No.
His preferred social media is Instagram, and his biggest deal breaker is poor hygiene.
I like that.
So he better have good hygiene then.
Does he have other photos?
Nope.
That's interesting, poor hygiene when you're around a bunch of dudes all day long.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
That is
maybe that's why he doesn't like poor hygiene.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
When boys say they don't like poor hygiene, it makes me a little like a red flag a little bit to me because I'm like, I don't really shower that much.
You don't shower that much?
How often do you shower?
I do shower like every day, but I don't. I only brush my teeth in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Well, at least you found a man that tolerates it, so.
Heck yeah. We were going to the house the other day, and we were, like, leaving. It was, like, 12 p.m., and I was like, oops, I forgot to brush my teeth. And he was like, me too, it's fine. And then we got in the car.
Oh, my God. I would die. I would drive off a cliff.
So maybe Anthony's perfect for you. But that picture is a little terrifying. Like, I can imagine him just like motorcycling up the mountain, and I don't know.
Yeah, great pick of the face.
All right, next we have Peter. In this picture, he's the one in the middle.
Okay.
This one that I'm circling. He's 28. He lives in Iowa, and he's a marketer. To put it simply, she seems like a similar person to myself based on what she puts out there content-wise. Listen to the podcast episode you guys said to listen to about what she's looking for. My birthday is in July, so I'm a Cancer. I
Oh,
work in
that's
social
funny.
media, so creating content with a significant other like Devon seems super excited about, and lots of possibilities as we explore common interests and explore new interests. Is that great?
Lots to like about that. He
Dying.
did the research. He listened to the podcast episode.
He did his research.
He wants to be a Instagram boyfriend.
We love.
And
It's
he
just
wears his hats
crazy.
backwards. That's a plus.
Is that a plus?
I think so. I like a both ways.
Yeah. It's weird because like my younger sister is turning 28 this month, but I still feel like I'm like 25.
Yeah. I'm forever 25.
I feel
Yeah.
17. Like I am 17 in my mind.
I was literally thinking about this yesterday, like how am I ever going to be like an adult and a mom when I'm afraid to like go places by myself? Like what the fuck? I'm 30 years old.
Like to make appointments. I think about that. Like how am I going to make an appointment for my children?
It's like I just thought I would be an adult by now, but I'm not.
Do you guys think
I
that
know.
like our generation, we're not gonna like dress as old or things like that, where like people as they get older they look?
My mom dresses the same way that I dress, so
Oh,
I'm definitely not gonna
I like that. Like I feel like I want to just keep wearing what I like and not be like I have to wear more mom clothes or whatever.
No, yeah,
I don't think I'll ever do that.
I think what happens is like most generations just continue wearing what they wore when they're growing up,
with,
and
yeah.
so like it gets out of style or whatever, unless you're like a businesswoman and you have to start changing the way you dress because of like your workplace. But if not, you're just going to keep wearing what you're comfortable wearing. You're not going to be like, oh, I'm old now, I need to wear some trousers and a cardigan every day.
True. That's very true. Okay, so he has no pets. His biggest deal breaker is rudeness towards others and limiting someone from being themselves, which I thought was so cute. Like, who says that? Limiting someone from being themselves? That's adorable.
Yeah, I'd love to know more about that.
Yeah, he said the past year or so, I've really worked on getting my mind right with mental health. Nothing crazy or anything, just very interesting to learn more about that and make myself more well-rounded. I love being outside, even though my sunburn and allergies like to say otherwise. I also love doing woodworking projects while watching TV when life just seems like too much sometimes. Family and friends are super important to me. Once I'm close with people and trust them, I really open up, and those relationships help me through anything. I love making people laugh, and that's usually the most important way I try to make others comfortable around me. Isn't that so cute?
Yeah.
I like
Very
Peter.
Cute.
Like he could just build you a table while you watch TV together.
Oh my God. Yes, I forgot about that.
And you can create content while he does it.
There you go. We could create content together.
Like he seems great. The downsides I feel like are age, if that could be a problem, and that he lives in Iowa.
Yeah. Iowa's going to be a bit of a problem, but can you guys, my neighbor is currently blasting music. Or the workers in my...
I can't hear
you. Devon's gonna have a fucking conniption.
I want to like go and do that mom thing when you're like on the phone, when your mom's on the phone and she's like yelling at you. She's like, like snapping at you, like, yes, knock it off. Like I want to go outside with these headphones on and be like,
in the car,
turn it off. Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay. Yeah, and he's a Cancer.
Oh yeah. I have been told I need to date a Cancer man, so although I'm a Cancer rising, so I don't really know if that changes things.
I have no idea.
I'm an astrologist.
Because what does your rising mean? Your rising is what you like. What is rising? Your feelings?
It's like who you are really inside, I think.
Okay, I thought that's what your moon was.
What is moon? Wait, is the sun is your main one, right?
Yeah.
So your sun is supposed to be like what you present to the world. I think your rising sign is who you really are, and your Moon is like who you want to be or something.
Okay. I thought moon and rising was switch.
Sun determines your ego, identity, and role in life. Moon rules your emotions, moods, and feelings. This is likely the sign you most think of yourself as, since it reflects your personality when you're deeply comfortable. And your ascendant is the mask you present to people. It can be your personal style and how you come off to people when you first meet.
That makes sense because I would guess that you would be a Cancer.
You would?
Before getting to know you well.
Yeah, I guess I don't come off as a Virgo, really. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, great option.
Okay, next person.
Okay, final two, guys. We got Max. He's 32. He lives in St. Louis, and we don't know what his job is. He said he's followed you for a week or so, and your videos are cute, and you have a great personality.
Thanks, Max.
So, could be a good thing that he's not that big of a fan, or it could be a bad thing that, I don't know, just randomly found you and decided to join in. He does have multiple dogs. I'm pretty sure 2. On an outgoing scale, he's an 8 out of 10. He picked Ted Lasso as the favorite show to watch with you. He loves listening to vinyl, hanging out around the house, and walking his dogs. He has a master's degree, but he's already thinking of applying for a second one. His biggest deal breaker is cigarettes. Not a fan.
What about vapes? I'm just kidding.
I only picked him because he said he listens to vinyl.
Interesting. I wonder what he does for a living when he wants to get a second master's degree.
I know, same.
I was thinking that too.
Who's paying for this?
Is he like chronically going to school?
That is a problem some people have.
Yeah, I know. There was someone in my life that was like that.
It makes sense. I would do that forever if I could. Just
die with student loan debt.
Yeah, it's just avoiding reality. It's like, let me just stay in school so I can push off. I'm not saying that Max is doing that, though.
No.
But the one dog is kind of cute.
It is cute.
Yeah.
It's got a little bandana on.
Dog.
Yeah, he accessorizes his animals.
Cute. Love that.
He'd maybe buy matching outfits with you and Willow.
Oh my god. The content.
That'd be so cute.
That'd be so cute. Okay, our last man's. Oh, wait, shit. No, this is him.
Huh?
Wait.
I forgot to change the picture.
I was like,
of this man.
Did Noah and Tyler
Let me find
are they the same?
No, they're different men. But now I'm like, I need to make sure which one is that one picture. Hold up. Noah. Literally, my search history is just fucking.
You know what we should have done? Let's redo this whole thing.
God damn it.
We should have revealed the picture after everything.
Okay, I was gonna do that. Like, I was gonna read you the description first and then reveal the picture, but I
feel like that might have made me a little more enthusiastic.
Okay, I freaking knew that, but I thought that you wouldn't want that. Still, once you saw the picture, then you'd have the same reaction and then be like, oh, just forgot to include it. Okay, if you're watching this, ignore the picture of Noah. That is not Noah. I will.
Are you sending us Noah?
Of Noah? Yes.
Are you sending us? I'm waiting.
I am disappointed that Rob's not in here.
I know. He just I tried contacting him, but he's just really still into Suki, and he didn't want to mess anything up.
Oh, did I see this picture before?
I think Maggie did send it to us.
Oh, maybe he was one of the first. He was one of the first applicants.
Okay.
So he is 31. He lives in Phoenix, and he's a sales manager. He says, besides being physically gorgeous, Devon seems like a really kind-hearted and caring person who isn't afraid to be their authentic self. She doesn't seem to be afraid to be emotionally vulnerable, but also loves to be silly and goof around. Plus the best of both worlds. Oh, so the best of both worlds. Plus Willow is so adorable. He has no pets. His favorite song to blast, all time, it would have to be Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. Nothing gets me in a pumped up and great mood like that. His biggest deal breaker is not being empathetic.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, dating apps suck. I'm looking for someone special to go on adventures, try awesome restaurants, be each other's cheerleaders, and build a fun and enjoyable life with.
Love the answers.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Everybody had really good answers in submissions.
Right? Like, I feel like a lot of them are so cute and, like, not... Like, they seem like the kind of boy that you would more gravitate towards. Like, they weren't, like, these, like, douchebaggy answers, which I was kind of expecting.
You did a good job getting all the douchebags out.
But there literally wasn't any.
I am curious. How do you feel about a lot of these guys being more introverted?
That will be interesting. Because
I think a lot of them were, like, very relate. They were like, we relate to you. So how do you feel about that?
But, like, a lot of them also, when they rated themselves on how outgoing they are, they, like, rated themselves as pretty outgoing. So the introverted thing could be nice because like they would be fine just hanging out as well. But like, what if two introverts we just like never end up doing anything because we just want to stay home and not even see each other, you know?
Yeah. A lot of them would seem to enjoy doing activities though.
Yeah.
So I did like that in terms of like their introvert.
Like, it just depends how their personalities are, I guess. But
we just got one more application. I'm looking.
Oh my goodness. Is this? Oh my god! What if this is a one?
That would be so funny.
I'm like such a hopeless romantic. I'm just like listening to all of these.
Ugh.
So excited for the wedding.
I'm not really a hopeless romantic.
Yeah, like, is there anybody that you want to ask further questions? If you take away their appearance.
I can't remember now. I need to look through it again.
Yeah.
It still is very much like online dating, and that's really hard for me.
It definitely is.
Because, like, I'm like get attracted to people based on like their personality and our connection. So that's why I have such a hard time with online dating. And I never meet anyone, so
we could be on the FaceTime with you if that would make it easier. I feel like I don't know. I feel like you can do it.
But who should I call? I don't know.
I feel like I don't know if it was like the alcohol or what, but like when I met you in person and we were at the bar, I did feel like, I don't know, like something like turns on with you where then like you
when I'm drunk
do bring out. I don't know if it was, I don't know, because that was the only time I've been with you in person. But like where you do like your personality comes out and you were fully like expressing yourself in a way that you don't normally do just sitting with somebody.
Yeah.
So maybe that is alcohol. I don't know.
I think it is.
So you could have one drink on FaceTime.
Yeah.
Maybe one drink before and then one drink during FaceTime.
Or like 5 shots before.
Just fully
blacked out.
The problem with drinking like on dates though is like you get like, I probably could have fun with anyone if we're drinking together, you know? Like,
yeah. I feel like it has to just be the first date really, or like maybe 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, then you're like, wait, do I even like you or do I just like drinking with you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the hard part about being an introvert.
Yeah.
I mean, I still feel like you can have fun with a lot of people drinking, but like you'll still be able to tell if you actually like them or not. Like you could have fun with a lot of people drinking, but you might not actually like them. or be like into them.
Yeah, and eventually we'll have to stop drinking. So,
What?
like,
You
if
can't
I
just be
continue to
drunk for
like
your entire
someone,
relationship.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll find out eventually, I guess.
Yeah, you'd
Rip
find
off the
out.
Band-Aid.
Okay, so we're gonna keep going over the applications then, and then you'll decide where you want to go from there. And then we'll be back in a few weeks with an episode recapping whatever ends up happening.
Yeah, what do they usually do on these types of podcasts?
Like, you would pick a few ones that, like, it doesn't even have to be where you're like, okay, I like him, or like, I want to date him. It's just like, oh, he had good answers. I'd be interested in asking him a few more questions, maybe. And then, like, you could FaceTime them, or if that's not comfortable, like, you could just start texting them and see if that conversation would be good.
But then what would be the next thing on the podcast, though? Like, what would the next podcast episode be?
We'd be talking about your FaceTimes with them. So you'd be like, okay, I've chatted with Tyler B and blah, 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 blah. And then you'd be like, I liked this and I didn't like this. And then I talked to Max and then blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And then you'd tell us from there, like, I think I would want to talk to blah, blah, blah again. And then we'll get that person on.
It's so weird doing this, like, on a podcast where the person could hear that too. Like,
it is really weird. Yeah.
That's why I feel like kind of restricted by
what you can say.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was trying, like, to make it more, like, lighthearted, where none of it is actually serious, or I don't want anybody to, like, get their feelings hurt or anything. And that's hard when it's like when they're signing up for The Bachelor or something. It is more. They're signing up to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys
it's also so about
fill this stuff out.
It's also about you and not them.
Here's my people pleaser
you saying, like,
coming out.
It's not you saying that they're not, like, an attractive person in general, or that they're not, like, a catch in general. They're just not the person for you.
Yeah.
So
that's and they all did sign up for it.
Also, it's practice. Saying what you want.
Exactly. That's what, even if I feel like, say you talk to 5 of them on FaceTime and you're like, that was horrible. Like, all 5 of these were not good. Worst case, we get another podcast episode out of it, and you can make 5 different videos talking about dating and getting back into the dating field and about every single one of those dates and what you
like. I need to think about it that way. I am, like, one of my biggest issues, maybe that ties back to my vulnerability too, is, like, being a people pleaser.
For sure. Same.
Like, I just realized that I don't like crying in front of people or expressing my emotions because I don't want to make other people uncomfortable, or, like, I don't want to make other people cry or sad or whatever.
That's what I liked in Happy Place in the book, like how she was saying, like, she lives her whole life for people not to be mad at her. Like, that's how I feel too. Like, she's like, I go to school so my parents won't be mad at me. I go to work, I pay rent so my landlord won't be mad at me. Like, every single thing is so other people perceive you in a good way.
Yeah, and how she, like, didn't bring up anything to her fiance because he was going through a hard time or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this will be good practice.
Is, like, good practice. Yeah. And
I just don't want to, like, hurt other people by practicing being.
It's not hurting them, though, because it's just them. It's not the right fit for you. So it's nothing, like, it's not like you're saying they're a bad person or they're not the right, they're not,
if you're like
a
I don't
catcher.
like fly fishing, it's like there's a lot of girls who
that's nothing
like
about them.
Yeah.
I feel like all guys, like, put on their dating profile that they like fly fishing.
Yeah, if he had a picture of a fish, I made sure he had no fish pictures on his Instagram.
I liked little fishies. Well, I'm very excited for this.
Your presentation was great, Maggie.
Reflect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was
I think
beautiful.
you can reflect on your own feelings a lot, and like we'll just focus this on making it more about like you learning and growing and learning more about yourself and what you want. Maybe finding out you're gonna date a girl.
Maggie's really pulling for this
because like imagine that's how it ends up. That would be so funny. It'd be the best. Okay, well, we will
be a plot twist,
make sure you're following us on Instagram and on TikTok so that way you can keep up with anything we post about Devon Does Dating in the meantime. But we will see you in a few weeks with the next part of this episode, and we'll be back next week with the normal episode. Make sure you follow us on Spotify, subscribe to us on YouTube, rate us and review us wherever you listen to podcasts, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
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 So exciting.